What's going on, guys? Welcome back to BlackTideTV, another Infinite Warfare beta video for you. This is actually the last topic that I had on my list of Infinite Warfare beta videos to go through, but I still have a ton of gameplay. I'll be using some of that gameplay for news as we get closer to the release of this game, but I've got more than enough. So if you guys have any topics that you'd like to see me cover on this channel, definitely let me know in the comment section down below what you'd like me to talk about. You can ask me to talk about certain weapons or class builds or perks, or I probably have gameplay of it. I have so much gameplay stored up from the beta. You have no idea. So just let me know if you have any topics that you'd like me to cover in the comment section down below. Now in this video, I've got my full list of all the things that need to be changed in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare to make it a better game in my opinion. So I've got all the things that need to be added, all the things that need to be altered that are already in the game, and the things that should just be removed from the game altogether because they're either just too overpowered or just too cliche, or I don't know. I've just picked all the things that I really like in this game and all the things that I really don't like and all the things that are kind of borderline where it could be changed and made better. So let's start with all the things that need to be added to Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. So the very first thing, a lot of these options or a lot of these things in the add section are all kind of like miniature things, like little options and things that are like in the lobby and stuff. These aren't like adding completely new weapon sets and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. This is very, very minor stuff for the adding to this game, which I think a lot of this stuff will be added in the long run because we only played the beta, and the beta isn't going to be completely, fully all decked out with all the bells and whistles. So I do believe a lot of this stuff will be added by the time the game comes out. But things that need to be added, in my opinion, a mute all except party option. This was a great option in Black Ops 3 where you could just go into your menu and just automatically, like all the time, have everybody muted. This was like a godsend for YouTubers, myself included. I've always had this on. I never had any party check or any game check going at ever. Like never. I never ever had game chat, and it was so nice. So mute all except party option would be great. The ability to deconstruct variants for salvage, we talked about this in my supply drop salvage video. To be able to deconstruct variants for salvage, that was kind of promised at CoD XP, and they've taken that away from us in the beta, and I would really like to see that. I'd like to see the ability to deconstruct variants, things that I don't want. I want to be able to rip those things down and make something that I do want with that salvage. Combat record and player summaries in the lobby. So this I definitely think will be added because there was no combat record in the beta, obviously. But when you go over, like when you're sitting in the lobby and you click right and you go over to the actual lobby leaderboard and you can go over and like see each of the players that are in the lobby, you should be able to see a combat record and like their calling cards or whatever they have set up to show off on their combat record, their kill death ratio, all that kind of stuff, their emblem and all that should be on them when you go over and look at them. Like you should be able to look at their character and see all of their custom stuff. Populations. There should be populations in this game for like each game mode that you get into. It should tell you how many % of people are in each game mode, so you know that if you are in a game mode that's dead, you don't sit there for hours waiting to get into a game. Like that was a big thing in Black Ops 3. Towards the end of the game of Black Ops 3, there's a whole bunch of lobbies that have 0% of players in them, and without those populations, you might be sitting in those lobbies for a very long time waiting to get into a game, and you'll never know that you're not ever going to get into a game because there's 0% of people playing in that lobby. So it would be really great if we had populations in this game as well, telling us how much % of players are in each lobby, and also a population of an overall population. They took that out in Black Ops 3. I'd like to see exactly how many players are playing at any given time on the main screen of like 50,000 players or whatever. Like it used to say that in Advanced Warfare, was the last one that had that, because Black Ops 3 they definitely got rid of that, and that was super annoying. I'd like to always see how many players are actually online at any given time. That would be really awesome. A post-match scoreboard. At the end of each of these matches, the scoreboard doesn't automatically pop up like it has in every other Call of Duty, and that's really annoying because I like to have my scoreboard pop up at the end so I can show you guys my score at the end of my gameplays. But I'm not always like paying the most attention, and I might not always click the scoreboard on, because you have to do it manually in this game, and that's going to be a big problem for me because I'm not always paying attention. Maybe I'm like going over my capture card, I'm like, yes, I need to capture this, this is a really great gameplay, or maybe I'm talking to somebody on my headset or something like that, and I'm totally going to forget to click onto the scoreboard. I'll just know that it was a good game. I'll just be like, yep, that was a good game, I'm going to capture that. but I might not always click onto the scoreboard, and that's going to screw me over in the long run. I'd like to have a scoreboard automatically pop up at the end of the gameplay, and not just this, the top 3 or the best players of the lobby thing pop up. The party chat symbol and the party indicator in the lobby. So the little symbol that says that you're chatting with a party will be really great, like the 2 little people that it had in Black Ops 3. I've noticed that there is a game chat little logo, obviously, but a party chat logo would be great so we know who's talking in a party. And it would also be great if we got those party indicator bars on the right side of the player list of your lobby, so you could see just how many people are playing in a party, so you know if a group of 6 people gets on there, if they're not all using the same calling or the same clan tag, it can be kind of hard to know if they're playing together. Whereas with the party indicator, you 100% knew who was playing together, and it was really awesome. I really like to see the party indicator and party chat symbols come back. Lastly, for my things that need to be added, I've picked camo and challenge completion pop-ups. This wasn't, I believe this will be in the game, but this wasn't happening in the beta. When you complete certain camos, when you hit certain challenges, when you finish certain things in every other Call of Duty, you have this big pop-up that comes on your screen that says, this camo unlocked, and it shows you the camo, and it shows you how much XP you got and all that stuff. That wasn't happening in the beta, and that needs to happen in the full game. I want to see my camo pop-ups so I know that I got the camo or not, because sometimes I would say I need, like, for example, not necessarily in the beta itself, but say I need like 10 long shots with a weapon, and I'm at 8 before I start the game, and I'm sitting here, I'm camping at like this super long distance, and I'm barely getting any kills, but I do happen to get 2 kills, so I'm like, okay, I think I'm at 10 long shots, but I'm not sure because nothing popped up. So I'm going to sit here for the rest of the game trying to get these long shots just to make sure that I got all the long shots that I need. And I might spend too much time sitting back here and wasting my time because I got it with my first 2 kills. But I don't know that because the pop-up didn't happen. There needs to be pop-ups that tell you when you've completed challenges, when you've completed camos, and all that good stuff. Moving right along, let's go into what needs to be altered in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare to make it a better game. From this point on, you're going to start seeing some screenshots. Obviously, for the things that need to be added, I couldn't put in screenshots because they're not in the game yet. But the things that need to be altered and removed, I do have screenshots of a couple of these. So you're going to start seeing screenshots from this point on. So altered, what needs to be altered in this game to make it a little bit better? This is going to be like your nerfs, your buffs, etc. First things first, let's nerf the synaptic equalizer payload. That thing is incredibly powerful. Probably the best payload in the game at this point. The eraser that I'm using in this gameplay, it's okay. It's definitely pretty good, but you still have to have the accuracy to get the first shot on. You have to always hit your first shot, and if you get shot at and you kick up a little bit, you're not going to get that first shot on. It's going to be a little bit difficult to get your shot on. You're going to have to spam a lot of your shots and waste a lot of your ammo on one single person. Whereas Synaptic Equalizer, you basically get like unlimited ammo with that friggin' thing. It's like dual wield machine guns with suppressors built in, and you just spray people down. You just hose them down. You kill them in like milliseconds. It's very powerful. And when you couple that with, I think, one of his traits, he makes him move really fast. He just like flies through the map. He can rip into your spawn, kill everybody, spin around, run back to the other end of the map, and kill you all in your next spawn. It's insane. Synaptic Equalizer is the best payload in the game right now. It needs to be nerfed. Next up is buff all of the shotguns. The shotguns in this game are very poor. The shotguns, these are the worst shotguns I've seen in recent CoD history. These are really bad. I think the only shotguns that were ever worse were like Advanced Warfare shotguns. I'm pretty sure they were pretty bad. But the shotguns in this game are awful. They're so bad. I can't even use a lot of these shotguns. Just buff them all. Buff their damage, buff their range, buff everything about them. Just make them good. Please. Like, shotguns are hard enough to use as it is, especially in a fast-paced game mode like this, or fast-paced game like this, where everything kills you super quick and everybody moves super fast. It's hard to get in close with a shotgun. Don't make it any harder by making the shotguns really difficult to use. So upgrade the shotguns a little bit, give them a little bit of a buff, and I'll be happy. Next up is a little minor one, but the Widowmaker sniper camos are completely fucked. The camo on the Widowmaker only covers the scope, as you can see in the screenshot that I showed you. It only covers the scope. Doesn't matter what camo you put on it, it's just broken, and it just needs to be fixed. Mission teams, the second weapon in the 2 mission teams that we had access to in the beta, so that's the JTF Wolverines and the Orion Initiative. The second weapon with the Karma 45 and the FHR 40, there was a mix-up there. I don't believe those two are supposed to be switched. I believe one whole mission team is supposed to get all of the variants for one specific weapon, and the other mission team is supposed to get all of the variants for the other specific weapon. I don't think there's supposed to be a change in that second weapon. That was just a little glitch that I'm sure they'll fix in the full game. Increase the score streak health on the Warden. The Warden is one of those score streaks that we got access to right off the bat. You didn't have to hit a certain level to unlock it, but the Warden is kind of like your Wraith / Talon that you get. It's an 1100 score streak, and it is very, very weak. It does quite a bit of damage, and it can get you a couple kills, but it's so easy to shoot down. I literally shot it down in one clip of assault rifle ammo on day 1 of this beta. I was like, oh my god, there's a thing in the sky, and I started shooting at it with, I think it was the NV4. I destroyed the Warden with one clip, the very first clip of ammunition in my NV4. I took down an entire Warden, an 1100 point streak. That thing needs to be buffed. It needs a little bit more health so it can survive like a couple rockets at least, not just one clip of ammunition. That's insane. Warden should be way better than that. The online friend number, this isn't going to affect a lot of people, but it certainly affects me. It breaks after 2 digits. In the bottom, I think it's the bottom right-hand corner of your screen in the lobby, it tells you how many friends you have online. And after you hit 3 digits, like once you're into 100 plus people online, it does, like, it breaks the number, and the first 2 numbers appear on top, and then the third number appears underneath, and it's just a little glitch, but it needs to be fixed as well for those people that do have more than 100 people online. Like, I've got like 400 friends right now. Whoever adds me on my PSN, I just add them 100% because a lot of them are subscribers, and I like to make it so that I have all the people online. So if I go to live stream or if people want to join me, I already have them as my friends. And when I can't see that I actually have like 150 friends online, and instead it looks like I only have 15, I'm like, so I'm scratching my head, and then I notice a 0 that's like underneath, like near the bottom of the screen. It's just a little glitch, and it needs to be fixed. Moving on, the Warfighter Claw. This is another overpowered payload, I guess they're called in this game. I always want to call them specialists, but Warfighter's Claw, very, very powerful. That thing ricochets across walls. You might not have noticed this, but it actually bounces off of walls and flies around corners and kills. It's insanely powerful. It's right up there with Synaptic Equalizer. Probably should be nerfed a little bit. Maybe nerf like how much it can bounce off walls, or maybe just like a minor nerf like that. You don't really need to nerf the damage too much. I think it still takes like 3 or 4 shots to kill. So I mean, as long as they like nerf like the reflections, that it bounces off walls and flies like infinitely through the map, that's like the only thing that really needs to be nerfed about the Claw. But it definitely needs a nerf of some sort. And finally, friendly arrowheads on the mini-map. Now this, remind you, I was playing on colorblind settings, but maybe this isn't the case with regular settings, but at least on colorblind settings, I did notice that the arrows on the mini-map change color, and it's very, very confusing to tell who's in your party and who's not. I thought at first that blue arrows were people that weren't in your party, and then when the arrows were green, they were people that are in your party. But I've started noticing that, I don't know if it was a glitch or what was happening, but certain arrows, like sometimes all the arrows would be green. Sometimes certain arrows would flash blue and green, and it just got really confusing. Someone needs to explain to me how the arrows on the minimap work, the friendly arrows on the minimap. What are green arrows and what are blue arrows, and why do they keep changing? I'm not really sure, but something needs to be fixed there. They need to tell me straight out that green arrows are people in your party, and fix it so that only green arrows are people in my party and not like half the team is green arrows when it's only me and Redman playing. Just doesn't make sense. They definitely need to fix that, but those are the things that need to be altered in this game to make it a little bit better. And finally, we're going to move into things that need to be removed. Let's start with an element of the variant crafting system. Just take out the required previous rarities to craft. I want to be able to craft the epic variants right away. I don't want to have to wait and have to craft all 4 other variants before, or all 3 other variants before I can get to my epic variant. The epic variant already costs so much salvage to begin with. I should be able to just craft the epic variant right away for 3,500 salvage. Take away the required previous rarities to craft. That would be so awesome if they did that. The M1 classic weapon, take this shit out of my game. I talked about this in one of my previous videos. I can't even remember which one it was. Probably the video talking about classic weapons. but the M1 is not a classic weapon. It has been in the last 3 years of Call of Duty. It's even in this game. The DMR-1 sniper rifle is a variant of the M1. Why is it a classic weapon if it's been in Advanced Warfare, it's been in Black Ops 3, and it's even in the game that it's in right now? It should not be a classic weapon. Take it out of the game, please. The trip mine, really, did you have to bring the trip mine back? Like, I know that it's a lot worse now. The trip mine's kind of crap now. You actually have to trip the mine, so you have to throw it on walls instead of on the ground. But really, the trip mine, can we just take that out, please? The Scarab is basically the HCXD from hell. It explodes in a wider radius, it kills more people, and it does like some weird concussive thing to the people that survived the explosion. It's really powerful for a low streak, and who actually liked the HCXD to begin with? I don't even know anybody that liked the HCXD to begin with, so let's just take the Scarab out of the game. That'd be great. The Tracker perk, I can't believe this freaking perk came back. I'm glad that Sixth Sense is not back, but Tracker is just as bad. It should not be in this game. Take Tracker out. It barely works anyways, but it's awful. Just take Tracker out of the game and I'll be so happy. Friendly Scorcher movement disruption. So there's a Scorcher called Scorchers where 3 planes fly across and they shoot like a laser beam down onto the map. And if you're a friendly underneath one of those Scorchers, it does a thing like the bombing run used to in previous Call of Duty games where it like shakes your screen and it disrupts your movement. You can't sprint while it's going over you. Let's just take that out so that friendlies can continue to move under the Scorcher, because that will get you killed. If there's an enemy that's like to the side and he's kind of like watching you, and he's not going to get hit by the Scorchers, but the Scorchers go over you and you're a friendly, you stop moving, you kind of like freeze on the spot and your screen is shaking, you can't really move, and that guy that's watching you is going to get a very, very easy kill now, and it's all because your friendly decided to put Scorchers on top of you. So that's a big problem. They should not have movement disruption for friendlies getting hit by the Scorchers. And finally, duplicates. Take duplicates out of the supply drop system, and God, I will be so happy. I understand that duplicates are in the game and you can get like salvage and whatever for getting duplicates, but I don't care. Don't give me duplicates. Just give me fresh weapons all the time. There's enough things in this game. There's enough outfits and calling cards and taunts and gestures and freaking variants. There's enough in this game that I can open up a supply drop from now until at least May, and I should not see a single duplicate. I don't want to be getting double and triple duplicates in the same supply drop. It's ridiculous. Take the duplicates out of the game, and I'm sure everyone will be happy. That's my full list of all the things that should be changed in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, all the things that should be added, all the things that should be altered, all the things that should be removed. Let me know what you think should be added, altered, or removed in this game in the comment section down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. If you haven't seen the end screen that's about to pop up on any videos yet, I don't blame you. It's a relatively new thing. A lot of big YouTubers have been using it. I just got access to this like today. I hadn't noticed it any time before, but I'm super excited that I actually have access to it now. So you can click on the top video or the bottom video. This works on desktop or mobile. I'm not really going to set up specific videos for this video in particular, but click on the top or the bottom to access either one of those videos. Click on the big circle that says BlackTideTV to subscribe so you don't miss any notifications, and I'll see you guys on the next video.